What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV. Spurs have drawn here 2-2 at Turf Moor against Burnley in what was pretty much, for the most part of it, an absolute shambles of performance once again. There were some good moments in the first half, and I thought we were the better team come half time. But second half, I thought was so drab, and it took for Burnley to go 2-1 up to Spurs to start pushing the issue and pressing the issue a little bit. And there's just nothing to take away from it in a positive light. There really isn't. West Ham have won. West Ham beat us last week. They're closing the gap on us. I think 8 points is the difference now between Tottenham and relegation. And with the games coming thick and fast now, we've got Man U, Man City, Arsenal and Newcastle just around the corner. I envisage that gap closing even more. You know, West Ham play Burnley in 2 weeks' time. So one of them's got to close the gap. Burnley are only 10 points behind us now. Or I think it's actually I think that was when Burnley were winning actually. So it's a bit more than that. But it's just nothing. There's just nothing there. Like, seriously, we're asked to take on this Burnley side who have only won one game at home all season. All right, they've picked up a little bit in recent weeks and got 2 draws against Liverpool and Manchester United. But I think Liverpool and Manchester United looked a lot better against this Burnley side than we looked today. We forced Dubravka into a few saves, and he made a couple of worldy saves on the day. But it's ultimately nowhere near good enough.
100%. And if you look at the context of the game, I think you look at the stats and it will give you an impression. You know, Tottenham knocked on the door many times, and Dubravka saved Burnley, and Spurs probably should have won on the balance of play and all this kind of stuff. And yes, we probably had the better chances overall. But if you actually look at how the game went, it was very dull for large parts of that first half, except for a 4-minute flurry where we had 2 corners and we created multiple chances and multiple shots from those corners, one of them going into the back of the net. And then we kind of got, once we took the lead, as has been happening in the last few games, whenever either we take a lead or we wait till we're behind to have a go. We took the lead, we then sit off, we get lax at the back. Vicario, what is he doing with the ball at his feet under no pressure, unforced error? Passes a horrible pass to Romero, who does equally horribly to miscontrol it. They win a throw, and it leads to Spurs just falling apart at the end of the equalise. And then the second half comes with they've just scored their goal. They got their tails up. And that second half was horrible. We did have one chance through Solanke, a good cross from Xavi, and Solanke's header in the 6-yard box. He's got to be burying. Maybe a sharper Solanke does score that. Who knows? But Dubravka makes a save. But apart from that, up until the 80th minute, or the 85th minute really, we had nothing. And in fact, it was looking increasingly more and more likely that Burnley were taking advantage and they were going to take the lead. And when they did score, it wasn't a massive surprise. They were giving warning signs. Broja went through a couple of times, and it took last-ditch challenges from Romero and Van de Ven to stop him. They then make the sub. They bring on Foster, who's a much quicker player, and obviously he's got fresh legs. And lo and behold, he's the one that makes the difference. They play him in behind. They're defending, by the way, for both goals, absolutely atrocious. The first one was bad enough, a completely free shot in the box from a great ball from Walker. But you got to give credit to Walker, it's a great ball, but completely free in the box. The second one, that is like non-league standard. Honestly, Foster has got a free shot. There's three attackers in the box after being played through, I think, from Edwards or Anthony. I can't remember which one. There's 3 free attackers in the box. Foster has the time to take a shot, have it saved from Vicario, then take another shot, get it past him, and Doggy isn't able to keep it off the line. It is how have we got 3 centre-backs on the pitch, and they've got 3 free attackers in open play in the box, and Foster has the time to get a shot and have it rebound to him and take another shot without any Tottenham intervention. It is ludicrous. And yes, in the last 5 minutes, we obviously, through the kitchen
hit the bar, yeah.
We hit the bar, Xavi, and then obviously, of course, Cuti Romero, our star striker, decides to abandon all tactics, get in the box, and he heads home an equaliser and saves a point for Tottenham. But don't get it twisted. Why did it take, first of all, why did it take until the last 5 minutes for us to actually have a go? Why did it take Frank until the 70th, 5th minute or whatever it was to make some serious subs in the forward line. Why are we playing back three away at Brentford? Even though I know it worked against Dortmund, but this is a Burnley side who are struggling. You need to be going at them, putting them under pressure instead of playing Jed Spence at left wing for for the first 45 minutes and then moving Destiny and Doggy over to that side. Why are you not playing Matisse Tell, who by the way I thought had a decent cameo when he came on again and looked all right. He had a chance and I thought he looked bright again. Why did he not start this game? Why is he being left out? The decisions by this manager are baffling, and not only that, the football is dull. Defensively, we look all over the place. All he says we look better defensively. We're all over the shop today defensively. When Burnley were going forward, especially in that second half, we're struggling to create meaningful chances. Again, all our chances came, and most of them came from crosses from the right side and trying to get our head on it, or corners. That's the only way we know how to attack. This guy is out of his depth. He doesn't know what he's doing, and we are hurtling towards the relegation zone.
Yeah, absolutely spot on. And whenever you think it's not possible for Dr. Tottenham to come and rear its ugly head, it does every single time. Last week,
we didn't lose.
I don't care. Last week, West Ham, hadn't won in how long? 10, 11 games. This time, yeah, fine. We snatched a draw in the last minute against Burnley. But when's the last time they've won one game at home all season? We should be swatting this team aside, particularly we know how close we are to the relegation. This was our biggest chance of 3 points that we're going to have over the next month. I read out the fixtures in the next 4. But it doesn't stop there, people. It really doesn't stop there, because after that, we got to go away to Palace. 2 weeks after that, we got to go to Anfield. You know what I mean? Like, these fixtures are incredibly hard for these next 6 or 7 game weeks. It's absolutely mad. So the only way we can get a bit of different ideas in this squad is to let Frank go tonight. It has to be. It has to be. He can't get away with losing to West Ham and going to Turf Moor and getting a draw. Like, we're getting closer and closer and closer to the relegation zone. Like, what are they waiting for? He should have been sacked at half-time against West Ham last week. Like, seriously. Like, what are we waiting for? Like, there's no point waiting and see if it's going to get better. Like, how much more evidence do they need? It's not getting better. It's not getting better, and it's not due to get better, and we've got crazy games coming up. I just don't understand what he's waiting for.
The decisions today, I don't get it. I don't get, we're playing Burnley away. Why is he treating it like we're playing Dortmund? It makes no sense. Why is he playing the same formation? Does he not realise it's a different game? It's going to need a different tactics. It's going to be a different style of play.
Such passive in-game management as well. He makes a change at half-time, which is fair enough. Porro goes off, desperately needs a rest. He waits till the 78th minute to make a change after that. What? We were calling for changes since the 55th minute. In the game here, we're saying we need changes. We need more energy in the pitch. We need more attacking players on the pitch. He waits till the 78th minute. It's crazy.
And I think it's very telling. The best bits of play over the last few weeks have been when we've had to throw the kitchen sink at the opposition. When we're 2-0 down at Villa, when we just completely go at them, we look all right. When we're 2-1 down at Bournemouth, we have a go, and we have to throw the kitchen sink, we look all right. When we're 2-0 down, 2-1 down against 2-0 down against West Ham, was it? We have a go. Sorry, 2-1 down against West Ham. We have a go and throw the kitchen sink at them. Then we look all right. Today, we're 2-1 down against Burnley. 5 minutes to go. We throw the kitchen sink. We look all right. That's the only time that we actually look like we're a team that can score goals. The team is so risk averse. The team is so kind of lacking in confidence, and they've got no appetite to kind of force the issue. They're so scared of making mistakes. First of all, it causes mistakes, and second of all, you see it when we have to go for them, when we have no choice but to throw the kitchen sink. All of a sudden, the team start to play, and all of a sudden we can create chances. Why does it only happen when all is lost, when we have to? Why are we not doing that from the first minute? It's absolutely atrocious. It's atrocious. Maybe it's because the other team is sitting back and it's allowing us a bit more time and space to force the issue and dominate. Is it because Tottenham, with nothing to lose, abandon all tactics and throw everyone forward.
That's
and
what
just
it is.
try it. Why?
It's a combination between all of those. Let's be honest. It's a combination because suddenly Cuti Romero is a striker. Suddenly, we've got no men at the back. Everyone's flown forward, and there's a bit of kind of urgency in our play. There's never any urgency in our play throughout the 90 minutes until we're losing. That's the reality.
Well, we also have no control, no ability to kind of control games in that way as well. It's just chaotic. And, again, even in the first half, I know we were 1-0 up and deservedly so. Well, we got pegged back. But, again, a lot of it is just long ball forward, looking for Solanke, time after time, giving the ball away constantly until we make one of them stick, and then all of a sudden we might create an opening. But there's no semblance of how we build up, control phases of play through the thirds. We just take the easy route, and every time just go straight to Solanke and hope he holds it up. And the only time we had an opening was Odegaard had a brilliant moment where he beat a couple of players, had a shot from outside the box with a good save from Dubravka, and then we forced a few chances from corners. And fair play, there were good chances, but that's all we had really. We really struggle again from open play again today, and I don't understand. Frank is relying on Romero abandoning his position to get us points at the moment.
Look at it at eyesight. We go to Burnley playing 3 at the back with an extra defender. We've got a front 3 of Solanke, Odegaard and Javi, who are all good players in their own right. Odegaard probably looked the most dangerous out of the 3 today. Javi, an international for Holland, and he's done bits in the Bundesliga and what have you. You've got Dominic Solanke, who we've all been dying to come back for months and months and months, and his hold-up play is decent, and he could definitely bring others into play. You add Tell into the mix there, who's probably been our best attacking outlet over the last month. Why can't you just go 4 at the back and take the issue and take the game to Burnley? Why are you running scared and playing 3 at the back and going for a wing-back system at Turf Moor? It makes no sense.
Because he said he's going to say it worked against Dortmund, so he's going to stick with what worked. But obviously it's a different game against Burnley. You've got to change it up.
We know that we were going to lack space in this game. Everyone knows that. Get more attackers on the pitch. You've got more chance of breaking them down.
Combining with each other. Playing with each other, it makes no sense to me. Spence was useless on the left wing. Udogie as well came on and wasn't particularly great either when he was on the left wing. The only time Udogie actually looked a bit better was when we put attackers on and moved him back a bit. And
it winds me up at the end of games when we're chasing it. He just, Hail Mary, bring on Scarlett, put him on the right. It doesn't matter where you're playing, just play. You know what I mean? There doesn't seem to be any thought process behind it. It's just get all the attacking players on and see what you can make out of it. And obviously we don't make anything out of it. It's absolutely so frustrating. Once again, the away fans, the Tottenham fans making their voices heard today, don't they?
Don't worry, Frank's already putting in his lunch order for Sunday. He's got that lunch ready with Vinay. Everything's all right. No problem here. Nothing to see. Nice bottle of lunch, chicken salad.
I don't want to see him take that Frankfurt game. I don't care if we go to Frankfurt and win, and Frank's the manager. It doesn't make a difference to me. What I care about right now is survival, and it don't look like we have it in us to win Premier League games at the moment. And we're just going to get further and further closer to the drop. At what point do the alarm bells ring in this hierarchy? At what point do they say, all right, enough's enough now? We've just lost the 2 teams in the relegation zone.
Yeah. Well, we didn't lose.
Well, it feels like a loss, though.
It should have been a loss, really. We saved ourselves again with Romero.
It's how many
3
times
games in a row.
Just Van de Ven and Romero just getting us out of the mud week in, week out at times. They're the only ones that can put the ball in the back of the net.
It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. This team are a shambles. The manager's a shambles. The whole thing is an absolute mess. Going before a week ago, you were saying, West Ham, Burnley, a great chance to get 6 points and just get a couple of wins on the board and hopefully start looking in the other direction.
I cannot believe we've taken 1 point from West Ham and Burnley. It's embarrassing. That's the only word to put it. It's embarrassing. How do you take 1 point from Burnley and West Ham? It's madness, man.
I don't know how he survives this. I've got no idea how he survives this.
The thing is, he will. The thing is, he will. He's going to be in the dugout against Frankfurt. We'll probably win that game. Everyone's going to be like, all right, yeah, we've won a game. Let's see what bounce we can have from this. Then ultimately we'll lose next week. And And then we'll be back to square one again, and everyone's be like, get him out, get him out, get him out. It's just ridiculous, man. The fans have turned, the home fans have turned, the away fans have turned. I'm just hearing a video now, massive boos towards Thomas Frank in the away end, massive Frank out chance in the away end during the game as well. It needs to end. It needs to end, and it needs to end now. I need to see that club statement tonight. I really do, for my own sanity.
If you bring the video up, can you able to bring it up? There's a video that shows the scenes. There's a couple of videos showing the scenes in the away end tonight. There's this video. You can see now the fans chanting, "We want Frank out." And if you refresh it as well, there's scenes from the end of the game and players coming over, and then Frank comes over and there's large boos and chants. Although Frank has the balls to go and clap fans at least. But
does he have to walk that way to the dugout?
I'm guessing so. Frank, yeah. I wonder what he's got to say for himself after this game. I know what he's going to say.
Yeah, well, you know, in the last 7 games, we haven't got the points we deserve, and you know, we very well could have won 2-1. We very well could have won 3-2 today if Javi puts that in the back of the net instead of hits the bar. It's all a load of bollocks, man.
We've only picked up consecutive wins in the league once this season, and it was game week 1 and 2.
Man City and Burnley.
That's the only time we've won back-to-back games. Also, our away form, I'm guessing, is starting to turn now.
Yeah, it is.
Like, what? How was the last time we actually won away from home? We beat, I guess.
The last time we won away from home was Palace.
We beat Palace, but before that, it was Everton.
Yeah, so we drew against Brentford. We lost against Bournemouth. We've drawn against Burnley. Yeah, it's fucking horrific.
We actually won. In all competitions, we've won 1 of the last 8 away games.
It's fucking horrific. And now we're still the second best home team, away team in the league, which is crazy.
We've won 1 of the last 8 away games.
How are we still second? That just shows you, you know, how difficult playing away is.
Also goes to show, you know, we got a lot of good results away from home, which is probably keeping us in the position we are now.
We are 19th best home team, with the second worst home team in the league. West Ham and Burnley are better home teams than us this season. Let that sink in.
Yeah,
West Ham and Burnley.
They have made light work of beating Sunderland. We couldn't.
10 points. Burnley and West Ham have both picked up 10 points. Forest have picked up 11. We've picked up 9. We're only 4 points above Wolves in the home table. How is that? How is that acceptable? How is that a manager that is keeping his job right now? I just don't get it.
Yeah,
and you know, I would get it in a sense if we were actually showing something. But we're not. Week in, week out, the players look confused. The players look bereft of confidence. The fans are, you know, super angry week in, week out, calling for the manager's head. It's toxic on the pitch and off the pitch. And we're just expected to go on and like everything's okay. Like, it's not okay. Nothing is okay right now. We need to make a change. And yeah, look, I get what people are going to say. They're going to say, oh, but what's going to change now? You bring in an interim. Is it really going to get better? Well, some Man United fans probably said the same thing about Amorim. They go beat Man City next week with an unbelievable performance. So I think the team, no matter if it's a long-term plan, the team just need fresh ideas and a fresh approach just to get a bit of confidence back.
This is supposed to be the game where you win, but no one people just say, oh, it's only Burnley, but you win anyway. And you know, there's talk of a turnaround, which is probably short-lived because people don't really buy it. But we couldn't even do that. We couldn't even actually win the game. So we don't even have the little, like, is it a turnaround kind of question. It's like, nope, straight away we batten down those any allegations of a turnaround. We completely swat those away very, very quickly. Also, you know, Cusi Romero, was he injured at the end of that game as well? He kicked the bloody advertising boardings when he scored and might have injured his foot, which absolutely ridiculous if that's what's happened from him. Stupidity of the highest order. Look, we'll have to wait and see what kind of what injury it is, if it is injured. But
if he is, we've lost our best goal scorer.
Honestly, 13 goals between Van der Ven and Romero now this season. Just goes to show how much they're carrying us on their backs. And as well, not only did they score, but how many last-ditch challenges they have to make.
Yeah.
People keep saying like, oh, we don't have to make as many last-ditch challenges anymore, when Frank comes in. But they seem to be making more and more as each game
it's true. But they were also, a large part of the defence that will just open at sea for those 2 goals that we conceded today.
Yeah.
So that's got to be said as well. So take the good with the bad.
I'm not saying they don't deserve blame. I'm saying they seem to be making lots of last-ditch challenges as well. Like, that keeps happening. Against West Ham, we had to make a lot of last-ditch challenges as well, like to stop moments. And against Burnley, of all teams, who have Lyle Foster and Broyer up front. I mean, how are they causing us that many problems? And the defence today, I think that second goal we conceded might be the worst defended goal I've seen this season by any team.
You know what I mean?
Honestly.
Even after the shit show, like, a doggy should be blocking that. It goes like through his legs. He tries to recover the situation, ends up face palming the floor. That's going to be seen for years, like the Davinson Sanchez one against Manchester City. The whole
Danso passing the ball out of play with an unforced error. Vicario just making things shaky and nervy for no reason when we're in control. And he's like, we're seeing out the half confidently, making things nervy. Where is this coming from? Where is this, mentality coming from?
The whole thing is just a complete and utter shambles, and it needs to change. They need to put a stop to this. They really do. West Ham, their next 2 games are Chelsea away, and they play Burnley after that. So I would hazard a guess they'll probably get 3 points over the next 2 games. If we lose our next 2 games, that's it. We are 5. We are 5 points. If that happens, we are 5 points above the relegation zone after 25 games.
And then you're really in it.
5 points. That's not even like far-fetched. That's very realistic.
And even you speak about February, Man City, Man United, Newcastle and Arsenal, 4 like very tough games. Even when you go into March, Craven Cottage is a very tough place to go. Palace at home and then Liverpool away. So we have to go
that's what I was saying before.
Like, it's nuts. February and March is going to be, how are we going to get a win in those 2 months? We are in big
If you can't beat West Ham and Burnley, how are we going to beat any of those teams? How are we going to beat any of those teams? We've shown nothing. We've shown absolutely nothing.
But Frank is going to say, I know he's going to say, we could have won the game, at 2-2, or we had chances. We were the ones more likely to score. We should have been 2-0 up at half time. Burnley had very, very little in the first half. You look at the stats, look at all the shots we had, and all this kind of stuff.
See,
anyone watching the game can tell you.
I don't care what he says anymore. I've stopped listening to what he said ages ago. Like, his words don't matter anymore. He needs to go. He's not fitting to be a Tottenham Hotspur manager.
So close to turning it around, though. So close to turning it around.
I've had enough. I'm fed up, man. I'm seriously fed up.
We've done good, consistent things. It's the 9th game in a row. But will they do it? Do they have the balls to do it? I don't think they will. I don't think
they will either, but they have to. They have to. We can't go on like this.
I think they have to admit defeat on this and just cut their losses.
Is there any Spurs fan in the world? Please tell me in the comment section below. Is there any Spurs fan in the world? Because I am yet to speak to one that think Frank deserves to stay in his job.
Well, we had a few super chats before. Not in this stream, but in the last one, defending him, saying he needs time. I was watching that stream with Sean, who's saying that he wants Frank to be given time. But for me, it's over. It's so over. It's been over for a while.
Yeah.
He needs to go. I mean, it's an absolute nonsense. This is a failed project. They've got it completely wrong. They've got this completely wrong. And if you don't make the change, and just even if a change means 2 wins in the next 2 months, it's probably worth it, because we might not get any in the moment. What is our actual form now? Is that 2 wins in 15 in the league? That's nearly half a season.
So our form is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah. 2 wins, 3 wins in our last 15.
3 wins in 15 games. Yeah, if you take it back to that Villa game, which we had a pretty good start to season up until Leeds, we were 3rd in the league then, and since then, since like October time, it's 3 wins in 15
I don't
games.
care what anyone says. They can talk about the playing squad being not good enough, and yes, they're not good enough for where we want to be, but they're not that bad to win 3 games in 15. Come on, guys, they're not. It's just
We couldn't even beat Burnley, or Burnley were a minute away from beating us. And the same patterns happen every game. Every game, it's the same shit. Like, how are we expecting this to get any better? Romero have to bail us out. We only throw the kitchen sink when we're losing. We have to. And we've got nothing to lose. We always have an early start and then drop off and allow the opposition back in the game. We have a lack of control in games, and our only method of attack is either corners or crosses into the box, and we have no way of playing through the centre. It's just the same stuff. It's the same stuff, and I think Frank has implemented a culture of nervousness, of risk averseness, of pragmaticness, and not kind of taking the game to the opposition and throwing caution to the wind and trying to impress yourself on the game. And it's constantly reacting. His subs, his treatment of Tell, the formation today, all of it stinks. It all stinks, and I've not seen any positivity really. Apart from corners, we are the highest scoring team from corners in the league. Whoop-de-fucking-do. That's it.
You know, we all go on about Arsenal relying on corners and all this kind of stuff. Like, we actually rely on corners. Like,
to survive, not even
like if we weren't as good as we are on corners, we would be in the relegation zone right now.
So get Pulis in. He probably gets better playing better football. Honestly, maybe we'll be even better on corners if Pulis comes in. Long
It's
throws.
actually mad. Like, I never in my life would have thought that Spurs would be that team that we can't do nothing apart from corners. Like, that's never been the Spurs, and it never should be Spurs. It's ridiculous. I swear. Anyway,
I wonder if that late equaliser has saved him.
it shouldn't. It shouldn't.
But I wonder if it has.
Like, a draw is a disaster at Burnley. A draw is an absolute disaster. A loss is just an embarrassing disaster. Anyway, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Absolutely tragic on the pitch today for Tottenham Hotspur, grabbing a late draw at Burnley. Let us know your thoughts. A couple of